Welcome back. We're investigating
Raid Shadow Legends.
because right now Raid is celebrating its 6-year anniversary, and someone over there must be on something because they're giving away a crazy amount of giveaways for new players. For example, if you check out my QR code or the link in the description, you get the Epic Heroes Zargala for free, plus other goodies of a total value of over $60 to help new players kickstart in the game. But in addition to that, you can get a legendary champion, the Supreme Gallic, using this anniversary code of Supreme 6. Look at that man, isn't he just ready for combat? But we're not done yet. My personal favorite, Alice the Wanderer, is being given to all players for logging into Raid for 7 days before the start of March 26th, along with a bunch of other rewards simply for logging in for at least 7 days. And she's going to be joined with the Cheshire Cat, Mad Hatter, the Knave of Hearts, and the fearsome Queen of Hearts as well. And I've heard they've implemented many great changes to this game so far, like these free limited time void legendaries, giant quality of life updates like background battling to end that little bit of a sneaky grind that you might not like so much. Upgrading heroes to 6 stars has never been easier. The game has been completely changed, and I am here to check it out. And we have accrued quite a collection of characters. I'm going to be using the Rector's Wrath for sure in our team, as well as the Rearguard Sergeant and possibly the boy Oathbound. What a magnificent man here. But as I'm putting together my team and I'm waiting for access to Alice because I have 1 day left to log in, I figured we'd check out some of the coolest champions in Raid. Because I'm a big fan of building teams and flexibility and sort of theory crafting the coolest things that we can work with in a video game, and I want to see what we can do here. So let's go check out the summoning portal, and I'm going to start with Urost. All right, Urost looks like an absolute beast. Look at this man. Urost the Soul Cage is someone who I'm going to be gunning for when he does it. Get released. All right, when we are able to get access to this character through the fusion mechanic here. Do we have any champion skins? We don't need any because look at this man. He's got a hole in his chest and he's made out of ooze. His attack here puts a shield buff on this champion based off of his max HP. So this one is going to be so delicioso. But he also has the ability to put poison on and decrease speed, and then if there's 2 or more poison debuffs on an enemy, he has a chance to stun him. Which, I mean, come on, right? Come on, right? You just poison, stun. Sorry. So this guy is looking like someone. This is why we want to be using Urost the Soul Cage. We also have Soul Bounty. Puts a 25% strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns and a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns, which is going to help me out when I'm going to be doing different kinds of content, whether it's PvP or PvE. We're going to be able to utilize this in multiple facets. This is something that we saw on some of the other characters that we pulled on, and he's going to have it as well. But then we have the 3-star Ascension ability here, Call of the Cage level 1 version. When attacked, it's got a 50% chance to put a 5% poison debuff on the attacker for 2 turns. Now remember, this is going to work well with this because if there's 2 or more poison debuffs, he's going to stun you. So if you attack him, he's going to put another poison on you, then poison on you again, and then stun you. And if you have a strengthen buff, you have a chance to put a provoke debuff on the attacker. And this is where this guy shines like a madman, right? He's got self-shielding. He's got the ability to put poison on. He's got the ability to stun you if you have multiple poisons on you. And he's got the ability to provoke you into hitting you, which will then, in fact, put another poison on you all the time, giving ally protection buff on all allies except for this champion for 2 turns, allowing you to spread that damage between your characters. But that's only half of this ability. His max HP increases by 5% whenever an enemy receives damage from a poison debuff placed by this champion. So you multiple poisons, multiple provokes, right? You have your basic ability to help you sort of sustain, but then additional sustain comes from this as well. People are going to hit you, you're going to heal 5%. I'm just going to stack health on this guy, and we're going to go to town. I'm going to be able to stealth the rest of my team, and then they're going to be forced into hitting him. And guess what? And then he's going to start provoking them with the strength and buff on him. And he's going to force them to keep hitting him. And even after my allies are unhidden from their nice little veil buff. So this is going to be pretty cool. Cannot be destroyed by a single champion's max HP more than 25% in one battle. Will not destroy bosses' max HP. Cannot increase this champion's max health by more than 50%, which is whatever. This guy is a monster. All right. Urost the Soul Cage, my guy. Oh my goodness. Jirojin. 26 reviews. And he's not as strong as Rask was. How is he in PvP? Pretty good. Faction Wars, Arena Defense, Arena Offense. He's pretty good in there. He's pretty good in there. Attack down. Provoke. In shield. So I could, okay, this is like a tank I can use maybe with Vrask. Or not Vrask, but the other girl. Provoke can't be resisted, so you build him for big health. He'll be in there. I can hide the rest of my team. I'm going to be using this guy, I think. He must be fairly new because there's not a lot of reviews on him just yet. Look at this guy, Lord Entertainer Fabian. My goodness. Look at the detail on this guy. He got the stat. He got half. Oh. What a detailed model. That's crazy. I didn't even notice that his face was split. It looked like he got decked right in the mouth. And then turned into a zombie. He is cool looking. I enjoy that. Now then we also have a Lady Mikage who I want to highlight here. Listen, this champion, look at the reviews. 1,818 reviews. 49495, 4949, 48, 4747. Okay, don't take her into the spider's den. But all of this high-end content, my goodness, is she rated highly. She's a support. She's a mythical rating. Let's check out this kit, or I guess you can check the kit out with me here. Shadow Lash level 1 attacks one enemy and one random ally from the Shadowkin faction. The ally joining the attack will use their default skill. This is amazing because it allows one of your other characters to act when it's not their turn. It also was going to place a shield buff equal to 10% of this champion's health on the ally with the lowest health for 2 turns. So in one skill, one basic skill, her Shadow Lash, you're going to be attacking with her. You're going to be bringing someone else to attack with you, hopefully someone that's built for big damage. And then you're going to be preventing the death of someone else in your party, the person who's got the lowest amount of health with the shield buff. So she's going to be doing 3 things in one turn, which is, well, skill and turn economy. That's very efficient. We also have, it looks like a little bit of a silken snare move here. Attacks all enemies, decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs and ally debuffs by 1 turn, which is huge. Then increases the duration of all enemy debuffs and all ally buffs by 1 turn, which is amazing. So it's going to lower all of their buffs by 1 turn, lower all of your bad things by 1 turn, and then increase all of your good things and increase all of their bad things. So like we talked about before with poison stacking with their boy, right? You can increase the duration of the poisons on them. If they have like heal over time, you can take the heal over time off. You can increase your heal over time and take off your poisons and negative effects all in one skill. I can see why she is rated 495555549 just off of these 2 skills alone. Then we have Imperial Decree level 1, places a 50% attack buff and a 30% crit damage increase buff on all allies for 2 turns, then teams up with all allies to use an attack on a single enemy. You want to talk about skill economy in a turn-based speed style game like Raid? Buff up your team, buff them up again, and then everyone attacks with her in your party. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't really think we need to talk more about that. Transforms this champion into their alternate form and then grants an extra turn. Metamorph. Boop. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. She's got a whole other, look at this. She's got a whole other skill set. Attacks an enemy, puts sleep, also decreases their turn meter by 15. Skittering Death, Stun, also decreases the turn meters of all enemies by 30%. This is pretty good. 50% accuracy buff on all allies, also removes all buffs from all enemies and places a 25% weaken debuff on them for 2 turns. Okay, this is Metamorph as well. And then her nice little level ability here. At the start of this champion's turn, decreases the turn meter of all enemies, with the highest attack by 15%. We didn't look at that. And then her aura increases accuracy in all battles by 80, which is going to help you land those debuffs, which is pretty good. What is her transformation ability? Oh, down here. Let's see. At the start of this champion's turn, removes all debuffs from the ally with the highest attack. Who decided that 4-9? Who decided the 4-9 here? Who decided the 4-9? This should be a 5. This should be a 5. Now, if you're a newer player, you're just starting the game for the first time, you're going to want to start with the campaigns because they're the best way to farm early game resources like shards, gold, as well as experience scrolls. Focus on completing these stages to unlock these new champions and upgrade your roster like I have. Prioritize earlier stages to build a strong foundation before moving on to harder content. Next up is dungeons. Once you guys are comfortable with the campaign, shift to the dungeons to get better equipment as well as materials. Focus on dungeons like the Minotaur's Labyrinth or the Dragon's Lair to get valuable artifacts to boost your champion's overall stats. Aim to clear higher levels as you progress, but don't feel too obliged to rush it. Team synergy and proper gears are key to succeeding in the dungeons. After you've gotten a little bit stronger, start exploring clan modes like the clan boss. This mode becomes a priority as you get stronger, offering big rewards like rare gear as well as resources. You can coordinate with your clan to tackle the boss effectively using champions with high damage over time skills. It's a great way to test your team's power and earn consistent loot, but it requires preparation as well as strategy. Save Arena for last. Out of all of the modes, it's going to be the most competitive as well as gear dependent. Focus on this mode after you've done a little bit of the other three so you gain some gear for your characters, and use it to showcase your progress as well as refine your tactics in Raid Shadow Legends. Which, if you're new to Raid and you're looking for one, check mine out, the Josh Classroom, JOS0. Here we got some nice members in here, including not just new players, but also a little bit of veteran players as well in here, level 87, right? Checking this out, currently online. A lot of cool stuff to do in Raid. Those are some of my favorite characters that I'm looking forward to working my way up to gaining and obtaining in this game. If you have any that you want to showcase and highlight down below, do that down in the description. I want to see what you guys are thinking about. And don't forget to check my QR code so you gain access to Zargala, Supreme Gallic, and my favorite, Alice. Join here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.